don't like visiting doctors, but sometimes needs must and you just have to go. And after I developed a headache, which absolutely nothing could shake after 3 days, I decided I'd better go and see a doctor. Hubby had a list of preferred doctors given to us by the HR department of the company he worked at. Choose a doctor from the list, he said, so I found one within walking distance and off I went. Of course, when I went for my appointment, I was given a stack of forms to fill out with crazy questions. Where was my father born? Why did they need to do that? Know that? I hadn't seen my birth dad since I was 5 years old. I had no clue where he was born. Slightly irritated, possibly because of the headache, I filled out what I could. Before too long, someone called my name and led me through a maze of sterile corridors to the doctor's office, where I was asked to sit on a chair bed thingy that looked like something from a torture chamber. Finally, the doctor arrived, and for the first time since we moved to the US, I really wished I didn't have a British accent. Once he heard me speak, he told me about his Irish heritage. Didn't he know that the Irish and the English weren't always the best of friends? Then he proceeded to tell me how many times he'd been to England and soon he'd be visiting Spain and Italy too. Did I need to know this? I had a bloody headache, for Christ's sake. After listening to his endless drivel, he looked into my eyes with a small flashlight and asked me a couple of questions and decided that my headache was due to the altitude. Denver was known as Mile High City and we were living at 5,000 feet. He wrote me a prescription and then off he went, bidding me a cheerful cheerio with a false British accent. I found my way back to reception and was about to leave when the receptionist stopped me. Would you like to pay now or have the bill sent to you? Bill? I had to pay to go to the doctor's? I'll pay now, I said, opening my purse. She handed me the bill. How much? Send it to me, I said, hardly believing how much I'd been charged. The doctor's office was across the road from a large supermarket called King Super, which also, conveniently, was a pharmacy. I handed over my prescription and had to fill out another pile of paperwork. It was painful, especially when your head hurt. The pharmacist filled my prescription while I worked on the paperwork. She put it in a bag and said, $150, please. I was stunned. My headache had cost me $300 altogether. $300! How can people afford to be ill in America?